start this again from the top.
So the feedback was this.
Okay.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about food therapy and the holidays. Do the disclaimer again, this is not a substitute for medical advice. See a licensed or trusted medical provider if you have any serious medical issues. Now, food therapy or food as medicine is a very simple concept. However, it is not an easy concept. One of the reasons is because we're stressed. We are doing so much. We're dealing with so much on a day-to-day basis. We just pick what we need to go. We eat on the go. So that's one of the issues. The second issue is that we don't have enough. Another big issue that a lot of us face. Knowing that we need to eat healthy is one thing, and knowing what to eat is something else entirely. So I have said this before. If anyone has been with me, you'll hear me say it, and I'll repeat a few things that I've said before. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Paying attention to your body is really key. Can't stress it enough. In theory, it sounds like a no-brainer, sounds like I'm stating the obvious, but because we're so busy and we sometimes ignore our bodies because we're used to it doing what it does. You know, we don't realize that, okay, we're eating the same thing that we've been eating all the time, but whatever we eat makes us sick, gives us stomach aches, you know, certain symptoms. We just accept it as what it is because it's always been the case. So ultimately what happens is we just continue to go and deal with the stomach issues because for us at this point, it's normal. So we think that it's okay. And we think that, okay, we're just going to deal with this our entire life. So that is something that we all are dealing with and we're all are facing. Now, on top of all of that, we don't know what is healthy. We have no idea. We hear salads are healthy, but we hear smoothies are healthy. But honestly, everyone is different. So I can't do smoothies and salads because it makes my stomach ache. It's too cold to put on my digestive system. So in order for it to be better, I need to add something to warm it up, like maybe ginger or garlic. So these are things that people don't know. They just do what they read online. Again, an overwhelming enough information, so we don't know what to do. So we need to do our own research. I'm giving you the information, I'm giving you a starting point, but doing your own research to figure out what is best for your body is absolutely key. And the way to do your own research is to start paying attention to what your body is telling you after you've eaten. After you've eaten a meal, do you get gassy? Do you get bloated? Are you uncomfortable? Does your stomach ache? We start collecting that data. That data makes a world of difference in regards to how we go about our day-to-day life. Collecting this data will also give you information that you can give to your primary care physician, or if not a primary care physician, then maybe your clinical herbalist or maybe your acupuncturist, because they will know what to do. So collecting this data is absolutely key. Now, getting into the habit of paying attention to what you eat. Another thing that you have to pay attention to, not just the gassy or the being bloated, but are you sluggish? Are you exhausted after you eat? Do you just want to go take a nap? It's called the itis at this point. Now, a lot of us will experience this during Thanksgiving. We eat a lot and we just want to take a nap, but many of us face that in our day-to-day life. We eat something and we're tired. We eat something and we're uncomfortable, but we don't have any other choice but to just go about our day. So that's what we do. And we keep dealing with this day in, day out. So the point of this, the point of what I'm talking about today is to figure out, how do I go about add in things that's going to mitigate that? How do I go about adding things to my diet or taking things out of my diet to help me be not just healthier, but to help my body feel better, help me feel like I'm on top of the world instead of I want to go take a nap. So now, with the holidays coming up, oh, such delicious foods. We can't wait to eat certain foods. We see our family. The food. Have you ever eaten something so delicious that you are absolutely stuffed to the gills, but you just have to go back because your mouth is saying you need to eat more? And then the problem stems. Now you have digestive issues because you've eaten so much. You are absolutely wrecked. Yeah, we all face that. Now, some of the things that we can do is understand the teas that we can drink, understand the digestive bitters, the digestive enzymes, which is what I'm going to talk about, that you can help to figure out, okay, I just ate some stuff and it was delicious and food is stuck. How do I get rid of this stuck food and this uncomfortable feeling? And the first thing I want to talk about is digestive bitters. Digestive bitters is something that I highly recommend you start putting into your diet. I'm going to pass around. I brought a little sample, so I'm going to pass it around so everyone can taste it to see what it actually tastes like and see how you can go about incorporating it in your diet.
Do you take that in water or is it just
You
like...
can take it directly by mouth. You
Okay.
can put it in your water. You can have sometimes you have what 32 or 64 gallon thing of water. You can put like a couple of dropperfuls in your water and drink that through the day. The great thing about digestive bitters is that it stimulates your digestive juices, which helps the production of hydrochloric acid in your stomach and bile from your liver. And what that does is the bile helps to break down the fats and the protein. Taking 20 to 30 minutes before a meal will get the digestive juices going, and you absolutely want that. Another way you can get your digestive juices going is a nice bitter salad. I'm definitely going to get to your question. 1 second. Hold that thought. Another way that we can get the digestive juices going is to have a nice bitter salad. Something like kale, endive, something with celery in it. Basically, the bitterness is almost like acts, like I said, produces digestive juices, hydrochloric acid. You can add like probiotic to that as well, which I'll get to in a couple of minutes. But after you've taken that, it can basically relieve your symptoms. It can basically relieve all the issues that you do have. Ms. Barber, you had a question. What was your question?
You said to take this 20 to 30 minutes before you meal?
Yes, but if you don't remember to take it before the meal, you can take it after your meal, and it will help to counteract gas and bloating and all of that. So you can do before or after, but before is preferable. But if you don't remember to do it before, you can definitely do it after.
You put this in food?
You put it in, either you can do it by mouth or you can just add it to water. But it's better if you just do it by mouth and chase it with water. You get the benefit, especially if you're someone that's I'm sorry, you guys should see her face after she tried the digestive bitters. It was very funny. But it is bitter, but it is absolutely needed to get.
Does it have elderberry in it?
No, actually, this one, the ingredients of this one is you're tasting the apple cider vinegar, which is that sour taste, but it has peppermint, it has oat tops, it has orange peel, pau d'arco, ginger, and fennel. So all of this is put together, designed to relieve and get things absolutely flowing and moving. Okay, now after the digestive bitters, we want to add probiotic to our diet. Every single day, every single meal, you take probiotic because you're putting the good bacteria back into your body. So we have good bacteria and we have bacteria that's not so good. The not so good bacteria creates cravings. So when you start craving the carbs and the pizza and the chicken wings and all the good stuff that we love to eat, it's because we don't have enough good bacteria balancing your system, and that's what the probiotic is actually supposed to do. Every 4 months, you change out your probiotics because you want to get a different strain of bacteria. So you can go back, if you like the one that you took first, I would say hold on for probably about a year and then take it again after about a year, because then you're putting the different strains of bacteria into your system. You can take them in the morning when you wake up, but you definitely need to take it before each and every meal because it's building good flora and fauna in your system. But you don't only do that by itself, you add fiber to that because the probiotic, think of the probiotic needs something to build on, and the fiber is there, and the fiber helps to build that. I'm going to talk about fiber in a second. Now, if you are not a fan of taking pills, because I know there are people that do love taking pills, there are certain foods that you can eat to help build good bacteria. Sauerkraut, kimchi, which is a Korean pickled cabbage, pickles themselves, apple cider vinegar. If you don't like taking apple cider vinegar as an ounce of shot, you can actually use apple cider vinegar and make a salad dressing with that, which would be really good with the bitters that I told you before. So both of those together will work in tandem to create good digestive juices, good bacteria. So you definitely want to do that. Now, that all being said, I'm going to start talking about fiber. And please don't get squeamish on me because I'm going to talk about bowel movements and everything. We all do it. It's important, Rom. Don't get uncomfortable. We all do it. Now, as I was saying, you need the fiber or the prebiotics so that the probiotic can build on that. That's something, because if you don't have the fiber, it's almost like you're throwing the probiotic into a well. It will work, but it won't work as effectively if you don't add fiber to it. So fiber should be a part of your diet because research shows that enough fiber in your diet can be beneficial in helping you with your colon health, if you're somebody with diverticulitis, and diverticulitis is like pouches or pockets in your colon that can cause symptoms such as cramping, abdominal pain, abdominal tenderness, sometimes fever, sometimes nausea and vomiting. So adding fiber to your diet will help to relieve some of this and start building a good flora in your digestive system. It can also help with constipation as well as hemorrhoids. So fiber is something that's really important. And on top of that, fiber will keep you regular. That way you can start to eliminate the waste on a day-to-day basis. I know some people don't have a bowel movement every day. I actually, when I was younger, I used to be one of those people. I would have a bowel movement every 3 days or so. And I didn't think that there was anything wrong. But you start to notice things like your breath isn't so great. When you pass gas, doesn't smell so great. I mean, yeah, look, I know it's a little, uncomfortable to hear all these things, but your body odor is really, really strong because you're not eliminating the waste. Your body is just holding on to things. So if you don't have the right amount of fiber, you can actually start to poison yourself. It can negatively affect your moods. And that's something that we don't even realize, that when we're in a bad mood, it could be because we're not going to the bathroom. Now,
Mm.
uncomfortable question. How many people have had really good bowel movement that when they leave that bathroom, they feel as if the weight of the world has left them? Because I can tell you, I have gone to the bathroom and I've come out and I'm like, my God, I feel like a queen. I feel like this is amazing. So a good bowel movement can make a world of difference to your moods. And there are people out there that are experiencing things and not realizing that their body is being poisoned because they're not eliminating properly and they're not eliminating enough. So absolutely, you want to make certain that you're getting enough fiber. Now, women should be eating 25 to 30 grams of fiber every day. Men should be eating 30 to 40 grams of fiber every day, especially with the fact that men are more likely to develop colon cancer because of the things that they eat. We're men, we love meat. Meat's delicious. I love meat, but you need a way to also eliminate that. So you definitely need good fiber for that. Now, good fiber is wheat bran and oats. But wheat bran and oat is not the only source of fiber you should be having every day. You should be having fruits and vegetables. And some really good fruits and vegetables that you can have are apples. You know, you hear the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Really, it does help you eliminate. Cherries, plums, carrots, avocado, strawberries, raspberries, kale, spinach, Brussels sprouts, just to name a few. These are a really good source of fiber. So you're getting vegetables, you're getting your oats and your wheat bran, and you're also getting your fruits. And if you go online, it will tell you that each and every one of these fruits and vegetables have a number beside it of the amount of fiber that you're having, and it'll tell you how much to eat. So it may say a cup of raspberries could be, let me toss a number, 3.5 grams of fiber. So you're making certain that you're eating, okay, you just had a cup of raspberries. For your snack, that's for your breakfast. For your snack, you're going to have an apple. For dinner, you're going to have maybe 2 servings of whatever vegetables that you have. And if you realize that you can't get enough with the oats and the vegetables, you can actually get fiber tablets. So that can actually supplement the amount of fiber that you are having. So these are the foods that you should have. Now, I will go back and preface this by saying, if there is all the stuff I'm telling you is great, but if there is something that you know you cannot have, no matter how much I say, yes, eat it, it's healthy, your body can't handle it. Don't eat it just because I've said that it's healthy. Find out what works for you. Find out, like, I know I can't eat. Tomatoes are supposed to be really healthy. I can't eat tomatoes, or I can't eat peppers. So even though I know that it's healthy, I know that it's not going to be a part of my healthy diet. And I know this sounds like something that's simple, but we like when people tell us what to do, because then we don't have to think about it. It's one less thing to think about. So if I'm telling you to eat something and you know it doesn't agree with you, don't eat it, please. It sounds simple, but I have been guilty of it, and I know people who have been guilty of it. Like, oh well, they said it's healthy, or the FDA says it's healthy, or my doctor says it's healthy. It's not healthy for you. So absolutely be mindful of that. The other thing I want to talk about is digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes will help you break down the food that you eat so your body can absorb the nutrients better. That is exceedingly important. And it also helps to reduce gas and bloating. So when you add your probiotic, your digestive enzymes, Those three are absolutely amazing in terms of you'll notice such a difference in your digestive system that you wonder, how have I lived with this issue for so long, knowing that the solution could be as simple as eating the right things or taking the right probiotic or prebiotic or, digestive enzymes. Now, there are different types of enzymes out there. If you have the right digestive enzymes, it should have most of these inside. So there's amylase, and amylase is going to break down your starches and your sugars. There is lactase, which breaks down the sugars from dairy. Lipase breaks down fat, and protease breaks down protein. And if you have the right digestive enzymes, it should have all of these in there together. Foods that are also rich in digestive enzymes are pineapple, papayas, mangoes, bananas, even honey. These are going to basically ferment down and help change everything. Now I'm going to pass around some samples that I brought. So this is the probiotic that I'm actually taking now from Nature's Bounty. You can absolutely get that online. And this is the enzymes that I'm taking. I absolutely love this papaya enzyme. Number one, it's so easy, it's chewable, it's sweet, it's delicious. If you guys want to pass this around and just taste one, you can see that it's not a hardship to eat them at all. Typically with this bottle, I take about anywhere from like 5 to 7 per meal that I have. Or if it's just a snack, then I just have maybe 2 or 3. But it's really simple, really easy, and it's actually really delicious. So that is a part of my, that's definitely a part of my day-to-day process. But again, I would definitely taste it so you know what you're getting into. So when you do order it, it's not something like Barbara's not going to make a face and say, oh my God, this did not taste well. So
If I probiotics at Nature's in the freezer, in the refrigerator?
You can do that, or you can do the ones out of the freezer. Do you have both?
It doesn't matter.
Because they're different strains. So that's what I was saying. Every 4 months or so, you are going to change the strain that you're taking, because no one tells you. No one tells you, so you don't know that you need to change. Natasha, did you hear that? You were thrown under the bus. But yes, you definitely have to change it up so you're getting different strains of bacteria in your system.
So every 3 months.
Every 3 to 4 months, absolutely.
What if you're eating a papaya, for example?
Eating a papaya is good because papaya does break things down. If papaya is your friend, absolutely. I am, interestingly enough, as much as that's papaya enzyme, I'm not a huge fan of papaya. I don't like eating it. I can maybe put it in a smoothie, but I don't like eating it as a whole. It just, I'm not a texture person, but the texture of papayas is not delicious for me.
Is it papaya just by itself, or can you mix it with something else?
I can mix it in a smoothie with something else. But before I get off topic, if you are going to have a smoothie, it is vitally important that you warm that smoothie up. Because having cold things on your digestive system in your stomach and drinking that every single day, that is absolutely not beneficial for you. So if you warm it up with ginger, that is going to be better. Now it's balanced. You absolutely want that balance of.
So it has to be warm.
It has to be, if you're going to do something like a smoothie, because there's certain fruits that every food has an energetic to it. Every single food, every single herb, every single thing that's from the earth that you eat, meats, they have an energetic to it. So if you are constantly cold, right? And you are like, well, I'm gonna have a smoothie this morning. And for a month, you have smoothies and you start realizing, huh, why is my stomach hurting? I've been eating really healthy. I've been doing smoothies and smoothies are healthy for you. Well, smoothies are cold. So you being cold, there's no balance there. So balancing your cold with the warmth of some ginger, that is going to be beneficial. So now they're both balanced. So when you have it, being cold, you're not going to be as cold. So it's more beneficial to your system. Now, constipation. Constipation is absolutely no fun. There are different types, interestingly enough, there are different types of constipation. But for this, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to talk about the things that you can have if you do have constipation. Now, if you include, like after Thanksgiving, and you're noticing that you're still not going because you've just gone crazy, you want to include things like nuts, seeds and nuts, because they're moist. So they have oils in them. So they're actually going to moisten your large intestines and get things moving and flowing. You absolutely want that. So things like almonds and walnuts and pine nuts, those are things that would be good for you to eat if you're someone who suffers from constipation or chronic constipation. Other things that you can eat that would help with that are apples, prunes, bananas, pears. Pears are really good for constipation. Your figs, your sweet potato, your cabbages, those are things that you can eat. Those are things that you can start putting into your diet. That is absolutely going to help you with your constipation. And if you add your 25 to 30 grams of fiber that you can get from these fruits, it's going to, your constipation is going to go away. And then of course, with your digestive enzymes and your probiotic and your fiber, all of this put together is going to make an easier digestive system, and it's going to be easier on your body. And funnily enough, you're going to start to see a difference in your energy levels. Your energy levels should raise from where they are. So if your baseline is on the floor, it should maybe raise to your knees. Let's be realistic, but it is definitely going to raise, and you are absolutely going to notice a difference. Now, diarrhea. We have constipation. We have to talk about the opposite, which is diarrhea. Diarrhea, there are two types of diarrhea. There's hot diarrhea and there's cold diarrhea. I know, right? It sounds funny to say. So if you are experiencing diarrhea and it's the cold type, you're going to notice chills. You're going to notice watery stools. You're going to notice clear, copious amounts of urine. And those are the signs to know if you have cold diarrhea. But it's easy, the signs, if you have hot diarrhea, because it's going to be burning anus. When you go to the bathroom, you're going to notice it's a little hot. It's uncomfortable. Your urine is going to be more yellow, and you're going to have a desire for more cold drinks. So these are typically the signs that you're going to notice. Some of the foods that you can eat to mitigate this is tofu and pineapple, peppermint. Peppermint's really good because it helps to settle your stomach, but it also helps to cool you down, especially if you're having things like hot diarrhea. Oh, I jumped the gun. If it's cold diarrhea, cinnamon bark and dry ginger. Ginger helps to settle your stomach. Cinnamon bark warms you up. Cayenne pepper also warms you up. So like maybe a broth with a little bit of cayenne pepper, that will warm you up and that will help ease the cold diarrhea. And eggs are a binder. So all that you're experiencing, eggs will be a binder and help to stop the diarrhea. Now, this information that I'm giving you is if you are at home, no one's around, and you have these things on hand. These are things that you can quickly do if you don't have, if you don't have easy access to the Imodium and the Pepto-Bismol, if that's something that you typically take. So keeping these things on hand will be beneficial to you because you'll know, okay, I can go downstairs and make some peppermint or some ginger tea or something that is going to help ease me and relieve me of what I'm going through. So and other things that you can eat is carrots will help with diarrhea. Rice is a binder that can help with diarrhea. Green beans, button mushrooms. Again, I want to talk about things that you can easily have access to and things that it's going to ease you. You can go downstairs and make yourself a pot of rice if, no one's around and, no one can run and go and get what it is that you need. Now, the conclusion of all this is that food as a medicine is a matter of knowing how to make it work for you. It's a matter of knowing what to eat and how to eat it. It's a matter of knowing how to prepare it. If rice is too hard on your system, you can make something like a congee, which is a rice porridge. So it would be 1 part rice, 5 parts water. I know, it doesn't sound delicious, but when you add your ginger and your scallion and your mushrooms, you can make it into a savory porridge. That is something that is delicious. So a congee would be good for if you have diarrhea, but it's also good if you're sick. The rice is really good in helping to nourish your body. And putting it together like that and cooking it like that, it's like porridge. Anyone grew up eating porridge? Yeah. And porridge is really delicious. It's literally the same thing.
Right.
No, it is not. I promise you. It sounds like it would not be a good thing to eat, but it's
nightmares with that stuff.
No, but imagine it's how you season it. If you love mushrooms, right? Okay, so you have mushrooms and you have onion and you have garlic, salt and pepper. So you season all of that together and you put it in a pot and you cook it on low and slow and let it go. I promise you, if you do not find it delicious, I'm shocked. I would honestly be shocked. I didn't think I would like congee. My mom came to visit me last year and I introduced it to her and she's like, I don't know about that. And I promise you, she goes home and at least once a month she calls me to tell me that she has done a ginger congee, or she's called me to tell me, oh my God, Allyson, I put some eggs with it and it was so delicious. Like once a month, I promise you, she tells me how congee is so delicious and she loves that I've introduced it to her. I'm just saying. So the thing that what was that?
Soupy rice. It's like a soupy rice.
But the rice is broken down. It's broken down. It's not like, hard, thick rice grains or anything like that. So, and it's not going to be soupy. It's going to be a little bit more on a thicker side. I'll make it and bring it to Natasha and she'll share it with you. If you don't have a texture problem, I promise you, if you have it and it's not good, I'll give you $5.
I'm gonna spend that $5 quickly.
Now, as I was saying, food as a medicine is amazing. It's just knowing how to make it work for you. And all the information that I've given you today is just to have a good place to start. Knowing where to start makes things a little bit easier. I find myself, it's like if I have plans to do something new, if I don't start it right away, it's this thing that plagues my mind like, I've never done this before. How am I going to do it? And I start making plans and I stress myself out. But if I just jump in with both feet and just start doing it, it makes it a little bit easier because now you're starting to develop good habits. You're starting to know, okay, I'm going to make some congee today. I'm going to put some eggs with it, and that's going to be healthy. And I'm going to eat that with a salad and a small amount of protein. These are good places to start. Now, if you don't want to start by yourself, there are clinical herbalists like myself. There are acupuncture physicians out there that can help you, but there's some type of medical provider or clinician that can help you. They'll know exactly what to do. As I was saying before, every food out there has an energetic to it, and they will know, you pick the right person, someone who resonates with you, they will know that there's hot, there's cold, there's moist, there's dry. What is your body type like? What is the best food for you? Rhodia, you're cold all the time. We're going to start warming up your body. We're going to give you foods that's going to warm up your body. Ram, you're constantly dry because you're so hot. You run hot, so your body's dried out. They're going to know, okay, we need to give you food that's going to moisten your body, that's going to nourish you and strengthen you. So finding the right practitioner, they're out there. If you don't want to go it alone, you have people that can absolutely help you with that. So in conclusion, I made some digestive tea that I'm going to pass around. So with the holidays coming around, if you don't have time to get your digestive enzymes or what have you, I'm going to pass these lovely teas that I have made around, and there's 2 teas to actually every bag.
Okay.
So you have a couple of teas that you can
Thank you.
take. And with these teas, the ingredients in it is, one of them is Chinese
Careful.
hawthorn, which is called shanza. And the great thing about Chinese hawthorn is that it helps reduce food stagnation. So if you've eaten and you're feeling uncomfortable, that food that is stuck, it will help to reduce it. There's ginger. Ginger is really, really amazing for your digestive system. And then there's holy basil. Holy basil or tulsi is hands down one of my favorite herb. And one of the reasons is that is a nervine. It helps to relax you. It helps to allow your body a better way to deal with stress. It doesn't get rid of stress. It just allows you to adjust for stress. So these 3 together, it's a simple tea. Go home, brew it with some honey, some apple cider vinegar, or some lemon, and your favorite sweetener. I personally love honey. I would recommend honey. So your favorite sweetener, and this would be a good combination for you for the holidays.
How many times can we use this?
Use the tea bag.
Yeah.
You can use it as many times as you like, but when I brew tea medicinally. And what that means is I don't do the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes is not going to do anything for you. You need to brew your tea for anywhere from 15 minutes to half an hour. That is how you're going to get the medicinal benefit. So a tumbler, one of those double wall tumblers with a cover on it, it will keep it longer, and you'll get the medicinal value from it if you brew it longer.
So what are these little bags? 8 ounces or 4 ounces or 16 ounces?
Oh, one of these bags, 8 ounces of water. Yep.
8 ounces. Okay.
Any questions from online or any questions from the audience?
I didn't know about the cold. I didn't know about that.
See, you were squeamish and you were turning your face up like, oh my God, must we talk about diarrhea? But there are so many different things that we don't know. Like, I honestly try to keep everything simple so that it's not overwhelming, because when I know that I get analysis paralysis when I'm overwhelmed. So the information that I provide is to give you a good place to start. And then if you are seeing a clinician, they'll tell you where to go from there and how to go about helping your health.
Because I was thinking with the amount of those milkshake places,
Mhm.
they also cold.
Milkshake
And
isn't
they
good
have
for you.
all those things in it.
Yep, let's not talk about milkshake. So milkshake is dairy. Dairy, not good for Black people. No, sir. It's delicious and we want to eat it all the time because it's sweet and it's yummy and it's cold and it's, well, not quite refreshing, but it's just delicious. But it creates phlegm in our bodies. It creates dampness in our bodies, and dampness can turn to phlegm, and then phlegm, all of that can turn to heat. So it's not healthy. Now, every once in a while, yes, but if you're going home and eating ice cream every single night, there's a little bit of a problem, and we need to address your addiction. And while we know that smoothies are healthy because of the fruits and the vegetables, it can be more healthy if you find, ginger is not the only thing that's going to warm something up. Cinnamon is very warming. So cinnamon can warm you up. I want to say turmeric. That's also warming, but you need to be mindful with turmeric if you have, gallstones? If you have any kind of stones or things like that, turmeric is not beneficial for that. So, again, turmeric is healthy, but everything isn't for everyone. So you have to know what works for you. Yes, you absolutely have to take it with black pepper because black pepper makes it work. It makes it more effective. And then not just black pepper, but
cloves.
fat.
What about cloves? Cloves too?
You can add cloves as a flavoring, like if you're doing a golden milk. So with turmeric, there has to be some kind of fat. So it could be coconut milk or it could be ghee. But in order for it to work, you need the fats to help it affect your body, and you need the black pepper. Yes.
You can't season food.
Yeah, you can season your food with it. Like if you're making curry, like you can. Yeah, no, because you're seasoning your chicken and putting black pepper with it and doing all the things and frying it in oil, which is a fat. So, or whatever it is that you like to fry it with, that makes it beneficial. So no questions? If there are no questions, that's
in chat.
Okay, in the chat, let me check the chat. I did check earlier. Any questions? Nobody asked any questions.
okay. Well, if we have no questions tonight, that is pretty much what I have for you. Thank you so much for spending your Friday with me. If you have any questions for me personally, you can reach me at Allyson, ALLYSON, at Naked N Natural. That is my email address, or you can reach out by phone, 917-293-2270. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.